You are the contribution. That means whoever you were born to become, and we were all born to become someone. We are moving through a really transformative time in our world and in our lives, so you're probably feeling that yourself. And we never know who we're going to become again, but it can be surprising, and that's what happened for me. I'm going to tell you a story. I started doing something in 1989, which I didn't understand what it was going to do for me or for you at the time, but I do understand it now. I started doing automatic writing, and I did it because I needed help. I needed to find myself. Now, I've done so many other things in my life. I'm 74 years old, so I have done many, many things. And I've traveled through so many challenges and difficulties. And so at this time in my life, when I was in that age, I said, I got to find some answers. And I only started doing this because I heard about it somewhere, didn't know what was going to happen. And then what turned out, I did something that I've never seen anybody in history do. So that's why it's been challenging for me to explain it to others or to even accept it for myself. But I know that I have to because we have to accept who we become. And it can be something that could surprise you as it did me. I started receiving that information and it's turned into a philosophy. It's turned into a training program. It's turned into mindset work. It's turned into cognitive behavior training, neuroscience. It's had all those things in there. And that's why I healed. That's why I started to understand things in a way that I couldn't explain to you, but accepting it was a whole nother story. But I have to now because our world is shifting. When we started to have the wars going on, I knew things were going to be coming because it's energetic changes that we're all moving through. You have an energetic DNA, a cosmic code that's within you that's being activated as well. And so what I did was I sat down and I gave you the solution. I wrote down the solution to any difficulty, any challenge, any problem you might have. And what I'm saying is that when I started doing this, and in the beginning, I didn't even know why I was doing it, but I said, I'm saving every single message because it was giving me something that I knew was clearing up things for me, taking me out of my depression, taking me out of my fear, taking me out of my insecurities, because I had all of them. And along the way, I had many more than people can possibly imagine. But I know that this work can answer any question that you have. There's no reason for you to struggle or suffer because it is done in a systematic way. Meaning, let me tell you, when this program, I started talking about the program, people didn't get what was happening with it. And I was just meeting with one of our newer members the other day, and she was so surprised. She goes, she says, I'm only on day three, and things are coming out and I'm understanding things because it's delving into you. I couldn't have known it was going to do that, but I do know now. And it gets you to look at how you're thinking about yourself, what that unique self is within you that you're meant to do, and getting you to the real thing that you want to do. And that's what a lot of people start finding when they come into this work. They say, wait a minute, I've been stuck in something for the longest time and I didn't even know it. And you can hear it in the testimonials. People have said that. They said, I didn't know what else I was supposed to do, and now I do. And one other person said, before I took the program, I thought something was wrong with me. Yeah, I thought something was wrong with me a lot of my life, but I know that was never true. And I know it's not true for you either. It's just that we have patterns, we have programming that we've accepted, that we've lived, that we inherited, whatever it might be. But then you work through it. But the funny thing is about this message, and you'll get it because I'm going to read it to you. It was given to me last year, and it was given on the 23rd of June. I'm recording this right now on the 22nd, but it was given me on the 23rd. Because see, I can go and look and see information I'd received that now starts to make sense. And that might be happening for you as well. But I'll show you the message first, and then I'll show you what I've done all these years, so you kind of get it. And it is this. Let's read it from here. Let's do it this way. It's on the website, so you can see it as well on anyadvicefortoday.com, but I'll read from here. Um, June 23rd, 2024. You are the contribution. It took a while for our messenger to write those words because we led him to a message we provided several years ago that elicited his regret. We would advise you to use acceptance instead. You decided to live during the restructuring of your world to move through limitations on your evolutionary path to contribute to planetary ascension now. It is why we say you were needed. And then the message, June 23rd, 2009. Your contribution to the evolution of all that is was merely your decision to have a physical life experience. Each and every soul makes this contribution, and each and every soul is valuable and adds to that very solution. It is not possible for you to compare or assess your journey or contribution to another, for each and every one has value, purpose, and meaning. Probably the easiest analogy for you to begin to grasp this concept is the uniqueness of each and every snowflake. There is no way of stating that one is more or less valuable than the other. The greatest contribution you may make then is to honor, own, and love your unique journey. It is truly something to be proud of and to do and cherish. To do any less is a disservice to yourself and all that is. Now, when I received that message, I couldn't have understood it then, and I couldn't have lived it either because I was just receiving information that was coming from an intelligence I didn't fully understand. But I do know that it caused me to understand so much more, and it caused me to create a, so much information that I couldn't even put it all together. But I know that it answers any question that you have. I've shown that before. But you may not have seen this, but I'm going to show you my little cabinet, which I used to use. I don't use it any longer. And it is this. When I started in 1989, I sat and I wrote every message every day, longhand. I mean, it was just so much. I haven't done that in what, 5 years now. I do it in a different way. But I just need you to see that. That's how much information I have, aside from everything that I've lived and put together. And what came out of it was healing. What came out of it was mind body connection. What came out of it was direction. You cannot find anything anywhere else that's going to give you as much information as what I'm going to put into this program called your Last Development Program. Now, I've waited for the longest time because I needed to know that it worked. I started it in 2021, and you can hear those testimonials and see that it works. But what I haven't done is finished it. And what I haven't done or put more in is what we're doing now. And also, I never charged the right amount of money for it, so people didn't get it. And at this moment, this is only going through tomorrow, but at this moment, anybody can afford this program. And you have to look at yourself and say, wait a minute, if I'm having a little bit of struggle with understanding who I am, or being a little afraid, or being a little insecure, or not knowing my career path or my life purpose, or having difficulty with my relationships, or finding the relationship, whatever it is, that's what's going to be in this work. And other people want to know how to do automatic writing or channeling or any of that. That's going to be in here as well. It's all of it. And because I have it all, this is the life that I've lived. But it took me a long time to accept it. And as you could see in that message, even to write that, it was hard because I could go back and see, wait a minute, I knew I had all this stuff. But as they said, regret is not really helpful. It's about taking the next step, which is what I'm doing. But I'd love for you to come into the program, and you should do it today because it is the price that you will never find on anything else. And I can say that because I guarantee it. If you do this work, you're going to discover who you are. You're going to live this great life. You'll move through all your difficulties. There's nothing I can't answer or that Wilhelm hasn't already answered. The other thing I'm doing is that anyone who's in the program, if you want private meetings or channelings, then you get it at a discount, a half price. So that's the other benefit of this. But you own it forever. You have all the group meetings, and you do it at your own pace. They're 90 lessons, so you probably won't finish them all. Sometimes it takes people a really long while, but there's nothing else that you would ever need. And I can say that because I know that it's true. If it could have done, I hear that thing again. If I could have done this, then anybody can. That's really what I got to say. Because with everything that I moved through because of this work, I mean, it was a really crazy story. You might have read some of it in my book, Overcoming Fear, A Guide to Freedom. But I know that it came through this, which is why I can say there's nothing you can't accomplish. There's nothing you can't achieve because it's in your DNA. We just have to unlock it. And it's fun too. When we come together in the groups, by the way, we form a community because that's what we're going to need. As we're moving through the rest of this transition, we need to come together. And that's why I'm bringing more people in. So please look at it. We're only taking in 5 more people at this rate because otherwise you will never do it unless I put something down because I have to charge so much more. So we're going to say 5. And my assistant Peyton, he's working on this and it'll be up in the next day or so. But for right now, you can come in at something that anyone can afford. So there's no longer an excuse for you not to have this really, really great life. And I can say that because I know what this work can do for you. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel if it's your first time and share it with others. And if it's not for you, please pass it on to someone that you know it will help because there's no reason for any of us to struggle or suffer anymore because I have the information. Wilhelm has given me absolutely everything. All right. See you soon.